Melissa was referring to the famous your
the coat.
The coat. You've got to still. You've got to still.
Yeah, I know. That's that dance.
Chambray outfit, and I was like, oh my God, I gotta get a turtleneck. I remember thinking like, I have to get a turtleneck and a trench coat.
Yeah.
Which is like a very short Midwestern woman shouldn't.
I'd like to see you rock that. I think that could be, yeah.
And do you remember, because this wasn't exactly the most produced music video of all time.
No, we basically, I turned up with a bunch of clothes in a bag. I literally, you know... yeah, they're all my clothes. It wasn't styled. It wasn't... That was an accident. It wasn't, you know, premeditated or anything. And there was a guy, actually, when we recorded, not that far from here, we recorded the video, and there was a guy doing nights, as we call it here, he's working through the night, yeah, and he just kept shouting out of his window, "Will you shut?" I was like, is this really meant to happen on your video? But, yeah, so it was kind of a bit unprepared, yeah.
But now, tragedy strikes, because that trench coat should be in some sort of Planet Hollywood or, you know, some sort of Hall of Fame. Your closet.
On my back.
Where is it?
I did an outside broadcast in Northern Ireland back in the day, right in the beginning of all of that, and a bunch of kids, basically, as I was kind of trying to be on the radio, I kind of just pulled it off my back and it just drifted across a crowd of like a few hundred, maybe 1,000 people, and just drifted off into the sunset.
That should be a documentary.
So,
that is such a good idea.
That is a good idea. Trademark.
Go right now and you get those rights.
But every now and again, I kind of see it coming back to me, because we were doing a gig not too long ago, and I saw this guy in a trench coat, and then sure enough, as the gig got towards the end and we hadn't played that song yet, he took it off and it just kind of drifted across the crowd to me, so I had to put it on, kind of thing. So we just kind of relived the moment together, and I did the...
Was it the right size?
That's awesome.
It was a bit big, to be honest. But I styled it out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just kind of...
And we've talked about this before on the radio and everything, this phenomenon of the Rick-rolling.
Yeah, sure.
And I wasn't going to bring it up, but while you were over there...
OK. I didn't want to... Do you want to talk about that or no?
Of course,
because I just was wondering if anyone else had ever gotten Rickrolled.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. I mean,
these guys haven't.
They hadn't, and they didn't know what it was. And
I want to be Rickrolled.
No, it isn't. To be honest...
Rickrolled, Ben.
No, it's an incredible
yeah.
thing. I mean, it's a very fun situation, but I don't know how you feel.
No, I've been absolutely fine with it. We have a daughter, and she's 26 years old now, and when that kind of started about 10 years ago, she literally sat me down on the couch and said, "You do realise it's got nothing to do with you?"
No.
And I kind of thought, she's absolutely right. It doesn't. It's just a song somebody chose, and therefore, to do this prank with kind of thing. So therefore, I don't own it anymore. It's nothing to do with me. This is something else.
It's stopped now, though. It's stopped. It doesn't happen anymore.
It's stopped, but people keep doing things with that tune on the internet.
Yeah. So what happens, Emma? For people who don't know, you open an email.
So you open an email and there's a link to something, and it's like, oh, click this link, and then you click, and then basically Rick, a bunch of pop-ups come up, and his face comes up as well, and then it sings "Never Gonna Give You Up," and then until you restart your computer, it doesn't stop.
And some people find that funny.
It's pretty
But I think it's the intention of never gonna give you up.
Yeah,
Never. It's never gonna stop
There's a lot
until
of nevers in that.
turn off your computer and start it up.